Good morning, I'm Jarrett Hendrix. You are sitting in my studio, the Creative Hands Studio, and this is Pro Tips with Pro Photographers. I am sort of an everything photographer, so that means I shoot everything. And what I'm going to do today is give you 3 tips that you can use in your photography. My first technical tip is sort of an unpopular opinion, and that is learning how to shoot in aperture priority and shutter priority. So when you shoot in aperture priority, your camera, when you adjust your aperture, but first you have to know what aperture is. Your camera, you can set your camera on aperture priority. So if you set your aperture at a certain stop, then it'll be able to get you nice bokeh or, single out certain subjects when you're shooting. And then when you shoot in shutter priority, then it goes along with the shutter speed, and that controls what your camera, or how fast your camera shoots. A lot of people say, you have to shoot in manual all the time, and if you're shooting off the cuff or you're shooting something quick, shooting the manual is not always the best way to go. So a lot of times, if I'm shooting a wedding, for example, I shoot the wedding in aperture priority, and I shoot the reception in shutter priority. And I leave my ISO on auto. Because most cameras now, you can set the ISO at a limit. So if you set it at 3200 ISO, you're gonna get really good quality pictures, and you're not gonna worry about your photos being blurry or out of focus. So here's an industry tip that may be unpopular to a lot of people. But for my photographers out here who shoot models professionally, there is no reason why you should pay a model to take pictures of them if both of you aren't making money for the shoot. So for example, if you have a company that comes out to you saying, hey, we want you to wear our clothes, or we want you to find a model to wear our clothes, and this is how much we're going to pay you for that, then yes, you contact the model, you say, hey, this company wants to work with me, you're going to wear these clothes, these outfits right here, I'm going to pay you this amount of money to do this shoot for these clothes. Now in that situation, you both are making money, but if you're in a situation where you're just taking photos of a person and you're going to give them those photos, there's no reason why you should pay for that. So they asked me to give you a personal tip. And my personal tip is going to be the way that I shoot. I sort of approach photography from a different perspective than a lot of people. And that is from having the story exist prior to the creation of the photo. And what that gives you is the ability to truly tell a story, or you approach photography from a perspective of a painter that paints a piece of art. Because that piece of art did not exist before you created it, and before you put that oil on that canvas or that pen on that piece of paper. But in photography, the subject exists prior to you taking the photo. You just kind of capture that moment. So I approach it where I have a story to tell, and then the photo is a representation of that story. That's how I approach photography, and it took years to get to that point. And not that you should follow that exact same thing, but find a technique that works for you, that gives you the ability to tell your story in a very unique way. And when you do that, you sort of fall into a situation where your story becomes a little more authentic than just going out taking pictures of something that you like.
All right, so this is our speed round questions. I'll ask you 15 questions and you just try to answer them as fast as you can.
15? Okay.
Ish, 15-ish.
15-ish? Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, Fujifilm or Sony?
Fuji.
Favorite model?
Like model? I don't have a favorite.
Top 3?
Don't have top 3.
Okay, moving on. Studio or on-site?
Both.
Rooftop or street view?
Rooftop.
City or country?
City.
Favorite type of music to listen to while shooting?
Trap music.
Favorite shoot you've done?
Favorite shoot I've done? I took a photo over top of the DoubleTree Hotel in New York over Times Square. It wasn't a shoot, but it was a shot.
Okay. Twitter or Instagram?
Instagram.
If you could shoot anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Outer space.
Favorite lens?
1530, Tamron 1530, 2.8.
Edited or raw?
I have the EOS R, and the RAWs are like amazing. They come out of that camera. So like I can edit it, but like the raw images don't really need tweaking.
Rainy day pictures or sunny day pictures?
Both.
Are you gonna say both to everything?
No, I said both for two.
External flash or strobe light?
Strobe.
Favorite magazine?
GQ.
Favorite thing to drink while shooting?
Water. Like sparkling water though. I like sparkling. I don't like the taste of regular water.
I feel that. First thing you do before shooting?
Turn on the music.
Favorite compliment you've gotten on your work?
Wow.
And that's all from us. What's good, Mo? I'm KJ, director and producer of Pro Tips for Pro Photographers.
And I'm Tyler, I'm the cinematographer and editor.
I want to thank everybody so much for watching our videos. I hope that it was great help for you all.
And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And if you know any photographers or creators, be sure to let them know and we'll get them on the show.